Hello guys, Musselwhite here, and welcome to the early 2019 edition of Tour of the Geek's Room. So we're going to move straight to my desk, which is used to be known as Mission Control. That's a fun fact for you. You can first off see front and center on the desk is the Dell UltraSharp 3008 WFP IPS monitor. While the other monitor I had died back in August, I absolutely love this monitor thanks to its 1440p resolution, which makes it pleasant to use on a day-to-day basis. While some will think its 60Hz refresh rate is to be too slow, considering I am first and foremost an animator and not a gamer, I feel that having color accuracy and a high resolution is a worthy trade-off to the refresh rate, and like the current trend of ditching bezels, I don't see the point in investing in a higher refresh rate monitor. 60Hz is perfectly usable. To the left of the UltraSharp monitor is the Panasonic Panasync SM50 CRT monitor. Having replaced my much loved Cintiq 18SX around the same time as one of my monitors dying, the SM50 has become my grading monitor thanks to the CRT's natural ability for OLED levels of black and color accuracy compared to my Dell monitor. This specific monitor is surprisingly rare, but it is the same monitor I had as a primary monitor all the way back from 2005. And for the job I have it for, it's absolutely perfect. In terms of what keyboard and mouse I'm using, they are the Acorn Risk PC keyboard and the first generation Magic Mouse. The keyboard is still placeholding for the actual keyboard I want to use, but with each passing year I'm getting closer to the actual keyboard I want. However, the Risk PC keyboard is a very nice keyboard. The Magic Mouse is a very nice mouse to use on the macOS. The gestures just work, and I find it effortless to switch from one desktop to another, and natural scrolling with this device is truly delightful, and I would recommend this mouse easily with any macOS user. Additionally, the webcam I'm using is the invulnerable Logitech C920. This webcam is starting to show its age thanks to the Razer's Creo webcam, but it's still a sharp, smooth webcam and works well enough. If you move a little higher for my Logitech webcam, you'll be able to see my Wharfedale Diamond 410 bookshelf speakers. Fun story with this one, these speakers were not used for 6 months as both my Pioneer amps died within a span of 3 weeks of each other, and I prioritised my money elsewhere. I didn't get the system back up and running again until August when I bought a new amp. It's so nice having these speakers in service again, because the audio sounds clear, crisp, and can produce a surprising amount of bass without a dedicated subwoofer. These things really sing if you feed them the right formats, like FLAC for instance, and I love these to bits. To the right of my Dell monitor is my storage drives, the Western Digital 5TB Elements and Seagate 3TB expansion drive. The Elements is the actual main storage device, with the Seagate's purpose is to store the raw renders for my animations, but lately it has been used as a backup drive, as I have been running out of space on my Elements drive constantly for the last few months. Finally, in terms of peripherals, is my Blue Microphone Snowball Ice microphone with a cheap microphone stand and pop filter I got from Amazon. This microphone sounds really clear and crisp, and I don't know why others would need something as high end as a Yeti. Although the normal Snowball Ice I would easily recommend due to the extra modes it offers. Also, before I forget, on the right of my desk is the iPhone 5S and iPad 2 from Apple. Both of these devices do show their age, but they're still very good for what they're designed for, and I can get away with my iPhone for 2 days without being charged. So that's a bonus in my books. Underneath my desk from left to right, the first thing you'll notice is the Kenwood A63 amplifier. This is a splendid amp for its age and really makes my Wharfedale sing. I would highly recommend Kenwood if you're looking for an amp for speakers. On top of said amplifier is Sony's PlayStation Classic mini console. I will hopefully do an actual review of this in a month or 4, but the emulation is fun and games like Metal Gear is very enjoyable, so that's something at least. From the right of that is my UPS, which recently had its battery died, making it half of it useless. And finally the Hackintosh VW, a 5-port HDMI switch connected to my Elgato Gamecatcher HD and a PS4, as well as my cable management skills or my lack thereof. The Hackintosh is my main workstation and sports an Intel Core i7 4790K processor, 8GB of DDR3 memory from Corsair, a 480GB and 120GB SSD to host both OSs, and a GeForce GTX 970 graphics card. I'll be honest right now, The system at this point is way under spec for what I need it for, and sometimes really chugs when I'm working on 3D stuff, which is what I spend the majority of my time doing. This system is in a desperate need of being upgraded before it reaches its retirement year of 2021. The Elgato is the original Game Capture HD, not the Neo 60 or 60S variants. For the most part, the capture box is fine and works flawlessly. However, the latency is really annoying, and having to guess the latency between what is happening and the delay for the webcam is really irritating and time consuming, and most of the time doesn't work. To the left of the amp you'll find the Logitech G25 driving wheel. The reason I bought this device was actually along with my Oculus Rift, which you should totally consider picking up, highly recommend this product, was to practice my driving in VR with city car driving. But with my Oculus recently developing a fault, most likely due to the cable, I haven't been able to use the G25 for its intended purpose and has consequently been collecting dust lately. Then finally, before moving on to the next section of the tour, you can see between the amp and the G25 is my two headphones, the Beyerdynamic DT331s and the Pioneer SE305. The DT331s are solid, open-backed headphones and are my daily drivers when I'm not using the Wharfdales. However, the main attraction here has to be those SE305s. These headphones I use when I'm mixing audio for my animation channel, but there is no denying they sound amazing. Very clear and crisp with such clarity that you wouldn't believe that headphones, especially ones from this time period, is capable of producing. They're comfortable and solid, and I'm glad I was able to pick these up for audio mixing. They're just a pleasure to use. Moving to the left of my desk, you can see the horrible mess of my bedside drawer and my Star Trek models. The prize and joys out of these two models has to be the USS Excelsior model Dad made a little under a decade ago, and I absolutely love it. It's truly a great model and it's honestly really cool. On the right of my desk you can see my bed, as well as the still neglected entertainment setup with my 23.6 inch Technicolor TV and the Pacific PV204 VCR player. Honestly, the main thing that makes me not want to watch stuff on the TV has to be the size is way too small for the distance involved, especially when I got a 30-inch monitor right on my desk. Right now my entertainment setup is waiting for a major overhaul. I got most of the parts ready for this, I just need a few extra bits and bobs before that can be replaced. Maybe at one point the entertainment setup will finally get some use again. But as it stands, it's still a recharge station for both my Surface Book and my controllers. Behind that you can see my little writing corner, which houses a chair from around the 80s. There's not much I can say about this, as there isn't much I know about this specific chair. I literally picked this up while I was on my way home from college, and it looked like it hadn't been out for too long, so I snatched it up and took it home with me before the elements got to it. It is comfy enough where I can type up screenplays and generate ideas for a good amount of time. Behind the chair you can see the Omega server. The server is a 2001 digital audio PowerMac G4 with a 533MHz PowerPC G4 chip, 640MB of SD RAM, an NVIDIA GeForce 2 MX GPU, and two hard drives with 80GB and 168 capacities respectively, and is running macOS Tiger. While the Mac can only see 128GB of the 160GB drive, due to limitations with the IDE bus, it has been a great storage server and I back up files I do not want to lose under any circumstances on it. Moving on to my Geek shelf, you can see not a lot has changed from the last year and looks pretty similar. Next we're going to take a quick gander at my plushie collection on my bed. You can see the Twilight Sparkle and Applejack plushies I got for my 18th birthday, along with Snowdrop, who has to be one of my favourite plushies I own, and finally my most recent addition, Sweetie Belle. I love these plushies and I try to keep them in their absolute peak condition. Next let's go on to my main chair, the Aris To Go Duo. This is also a dumpster find, as the company in the local industrial estate was throwing this out and I ended up taking one. Comfort generally is pretty good, though it does hurt my back after a while, most likely due to how I'm sitting on it most of the time. Consequently, I have grabbed a spare pillow to use as an additional lumbar support. You can find this chair on Amazon for approximately £94, but please note this does not include the armrests. That'll cost extra. Just because we can, we're going to glide across my cup corner that has all of my mugs I use somewhat frequently. My favourites obviously gain the brunt of the usage involved, or should we see a glimpse of my Echo Spot. Finally we look around to see the 4 posters hanging around my room. The Welcome to Ponyville one needs to be realigned, but I haven't got around to that just yet. Honestly, the poster that has the most interesting story behind it has to be my cartoon computer drawing I've had since my 6th year in the education system, and it has been mine ever since, and without a doubt is one of my prized posters I own. Additionally, I want to give a few moments of recognition to the equally unique poster I have, the Micro Digital Omega promotional image. This is not the original poster that the now defunct company used to advertise this product, but it still is a very unique computer I really like the look of. But also I like the art style of this poster and generally how cool it looks. And there we go guys, that's my room / studio in its current form. It's pretty much in a place now where I can stop fiddling around with it, give or take a few things. But hopefully this video has given you a good idea on the room where I spend my time making content for you to enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.